Morning, 8th grade. It's Tuesday morning, and we're back to language arts. So you should have gotten a quiz done today. You should do lesson 6, and now we're ready for lesson 7, gerunds and gerund phrase review. And we're on page 21. So grab that language arts book, go to page 21. We'll pause just a little bit, make sure you found the right lesson. Okay, y'all there? Raise your hand. Okay, you're with us. Very good. All right, so I put a few things up here on the board just to get us thinking right away. Gerunds are verbals. Remember, those words that are normally verbs but get used as other parts of speech. One thing to remember, because they are normally verbs, they keep their verbishness even when they're being used as verbals. So those words can have adverb modifiers. They can have complements, such as direct objects, and so keep that in mind. All right, so we have the 3 kinds of verbals. Just wanted to review that. First of all, the participles that are being used as adjectives, so that's not what we're having today. Infinitives that we just had, those words that begin with to and have a verb, and the infinitives are used mostly as nouns, but also can be adjectives and adverbs. And we have that. Now today we have gerunds. And gerunds are the verb with the ing form. The nice thing about them, always a noun. So they can be used the 5 ways we can use nouns. Let's name them. Subject. Appositive. Yes. Predicate nominative. Yes. Direct object, yes, and object or preposition. So any of those ways we can have a gerund. You can also have a gerund phrase, and that's a little bit what we were talking about earlier. So you can have the gerund, can have a direct object, and could have modifiers, such as an adverb, beneath it. You can have compound gerunds in a sentence, just like you can have compound subjects, or compound predicates, or compound modifiers. You can have compound gerunds. So you have a few sentences with that idea. How do you diagram gerunds? Well, I just drew it out here, but you have it illustrated in your book. You use the little stand, and you do the notch. You put the verb on the upper level, the ing on the lower level, modifiers here, just as if it were a verb, and then the straight line if you have a direct object, which is almost always the case. I think it is possible to have other complements, but almost always direct objects, because they're typically action verbs. All right, let's look at a couple of these. I just saw one that was maybe a little tricky. So what you're supposed to do in your assignment is circle the gerund, and then underline the gerund phrase. So, for example, in number 1, Randy's chore, cleaning the aquarium, took him most of the afternoon. So right away you spot the gerund, cleaning. Circle around cleaning. But is there a phrase? Yes. Cleaning the aquarium. Aquarium would end up being a direct object of cleaning. So you need to underline cleaning the aquarium, the whole part. Now, if you drop down to number 7, you have a kind of an interesting one, because we have compound, but we have multiple gerunds. So I want to make sure you don't mess that up. So the first thing you want to do is go find the gerunds and draw circles around them. So you see exercising, gerund, yes, eating, yes, and getting. So those 3 are all gerunds, action words, ending in ing, but being used as the subject of this sentence. So draw circles around all those. Now, some of these words are standalone one-word gerunds. One of them is that way. 2 of them have a phrase with them. And now get this, the word and isn't part of the phrase, so don't underline and. But don't just draw a long line under that whole thing, exercise, eating right, and getting enough rest. They are 3 different gerunds, and so you need to underline them separately. One of them is a one-word gerund, 2 of them have words with them. Okay, I think that's something you are well able to handle. Notice the examples on the next page of the different ways you can use gerunds. They can be predicate nominatives, objects of preposition, direct objects, or appositive. Any of the things you can use nouns for, a gerund can be used. So you have some diagrams to do. Work on those carefully. If you get stuck, give me a call. I'm here at school, so be happy to help you work through it. And then I looked over the We Remember, and everything looked pretty straightforward. Looked like things you probably knew how to do. But again, if you have a question, feel free to call. So I hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good time doing English today. God bless your day.